Okay, this video will go over 4.0 practice problems found on your 4.0 practice sheet, and this is questions 1 through 4. The first question is 2 to the x equals 8. So basically it's just asking 2 to what power equals 8. Hopefully, if you're watching this video, you know that x has to equal 3. But I'm going to show you the approach that I would take to do this, just so that you can have it for the future problems that we're going to do. So when you're looking at problems like this, you really want to try to rewrite each side so that they have the same base. So our left side is 2 to the x. So let's rewrite 8 so that it's 2 to some power that equals 8, so 2 to the third. When our bases are the same, then we can set our exponents equal to each other as well. So x has to equal 3. So that's kind of the approach we're going to be using on 2 through 4. Okay, so on this one, first let's go ahead and simplify this left side. We have two things with the same base, we're multiplying, so let's add our powers. 2x plus 3x is 5x, so we're looking at 3 to the 5x equals 81. And then we are, like I said in number 1, we want to rewrite each side so they have the same base. So we have 3 to the 5x on the left. Let's rewrite 81 as 3 to the 4th power because that equals 81. And now that our bases are equal, we can set our powers equally to each other and solve for x. So that one would have been a little harder just to look at and figure out, like number 1. Number 3, once again, let's go ahead and simplify the left side using properties of exponents. When you have a power of a power, you multiply those exponents. So we're looking at 2 to the 3x. And now let's try to rewrite that right side so that it has a base of 2. Well, we know that 32 is 2 to the 5th power. And so 1 over 32 would be 2 to the negative 5th power. So now our each side has the same base, so we can set our powers equal to each other and solve for x. That's it. Number 4, we're dividing two things with the same base, so we're going to subtract our powers. They're not like terms, so we can't combine them, so I'm just going to write it as 3x minus 2. Now I'm going to rewrite my right side so that it also has a base of 5, and I know that 125 is 5 cubed. Let's say that you didn't know that. Let's say that you're not sure how I just know these powers that I need to raise these bases to. I've worked with these numbers a lot, so I do just know them, but if you don't, you can just kind of play around with it and try 5 squared, 5 cubed, 5 to the 4th, 5 to the 5th, 5 to the 6th, until you find one that equals 125. You know that the base has to equal 5 because this base equals 5, and that's really all I'm looking at. In a couple of units, we'll talk about how to do that if there isn't a common base or if we can't find the common base, but for now, that's what we're going to leave it as. Now that we have the same base, we can set our powers equal to each other and solve for x. And there's our x, and we're done. Thank you.